Hi, I'm David. I own and operate Country Whatnot Gardens here outside of Rochester, Indiana, which is about an hour south of the Michigan state line. I grow 25 different species and varieties of bamboo and lots of other things too. And behind me are Japanese black pines, several of them, Pinus thunbergiana. And they had some volunteer seedlings that were actually coming up here the other day, which I was pretty happy about. I like it when my trees self-sow. It's always a nice surprise because then I get more trees. But as I was transplanting this particular little black pine seedling here that had already had its top nipped off by a rabbit, you can see through there. Hopefully it has enough little side buds here that will develop and let that little seedling continue on. I put chicken wire over it, but as I was doing this, it was getting ready to and starting to rain. And it reminded me of a meme that I have seen go around on the internet before that shows politicians doing a photo op, basically, as they do, um, for a tree planting somewhere. I don't know where, the particulars of it. And they were holding umbrellas. It was raining, and they were watering the tree in. And the meme, the point of it was to make politicians look stupid, and I won't argue that. But anyway, it said, the caption of it was, without politicians, who would water trees in the rain? And it was a freshly set in tree. The dirt was new. It had just been set in. The shovels were there and everything. And I wanted to bring to light, uh, do you have to water a new plant immediately after being set in if it's going to rain? And that answer is yes. They were right in that situation, because unless you have dry soil, your primary objective when watering, when setting any new plant in, and this goes for bamboo too, we'll apply it there especially because bamboo, if it dries out its first year, if it dries out, it dies out, I say. Um, your primary objective with watering a new plant in immediately after covering in that soil and covering in that new plant is not to wet it unless the soil's dry, but rather to settle air pockets. Water settles air pockets. You're settling those air pockets around the roots. So unless you're expecting over a foot of rain within the next few minutes of that new plant, bamboo, tree, whatever it may be, being set in, yes, you absolutely have to water it even if it's going to rain, because you have to settle those air pockets. And a little bit of rain is not going to be like a watering can full of water or a bucket full of water pouring over that freshly backfilled dirt over that root ball of that plant, or bare roots, whichever the case is. In this case, it was bare roots because the seedling had very few roots. I mean, it's a seedling, right? And it came up bare root out of over there underneath the parent trees. And so yes, if it's going to rain, you absolutely have to water it in. It settles the air pockets because you don't want air pockets around your roots. It could kill the plant. So anyway, that's just something that I found humorous. I laughed to myself when I was doing this because I remembered that meme that goes around the internet that says, without politicians, who would water trees in the rain? Well, if it's a newly set in tree, yes, you're darn right. You have to water it even if it's gonna rain. And you can see up here, it looks like it could rain. So if I was setting anything in today, yes, I would water it to settle those air pockets, absolutely, because a little bit of rain is not going to be enough to settle air pockets. And I know a lot of people will take their boot and go like this around the new roots to tap that soil down. And as long as you're light about that and careful, that's fine. After you watered in to settle those air pockets, doing this alone does not settle your air pockets down underground around those roots in the little fine intricacies of either the main roots or the feeder roots, especially not the feeder roots. It's not gonna settle it. So anyway, tip, especially if you're doing bamboo, because bamboo, if the roots dry out, that's it, it's a goner. But anyway, yes, even if it's going to rain and you're planting a new fresh plant, water it in anyway, you bet. But anyway, if you would give me a like, subscribe, and share, I'd really appreciate it. And thank you for stopping by. And until next time, take care. Bye.